Alright, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get right on into game number 2. It is going to be on Metropolis, I believe. I didn't even look at the map, but from what he said, I believe it's Metropolis. So let's take a gander as we get in. Yes, it is going to be Metropolis, and it looks like we are going to be spawning xHassassin up in the top, the 12 o'clock position. He's going to be spawning as Protoss this time and spawning down in the 6 o'clock position. We do have spinnercat, our pink Protoss. So PvP once again, as we did see, not last game, but a couple of games ago. And we'll go ahead and see how these two players' PvP does fare. If we're going to see any strange strategies like we saw from Guan Yu with the Stargate Phoenix opening, which I thought wouldn't have worked out for him versus Blink Stalkers, but unfortunately for Reflex, he was unable to get a proxy pylon close and really make something happen with those. And some nice micro with the Phoenix, getting out a couple of Immortals, and Guan Yu was able to take that game. So both players just going to be opening up, of course, with their pylons, and we do have cross position on this, so it's a very long rush distance. I want to say this is one of the longest rush distances in the game thus far. I want to say that. That is so long. So we are going to have islands in the game as well, and the reason the players are complaining a little bit, or spinnercat is bringing that up, is because they actually did remove the islands in the tournaments. So in GSL, this says GSL, so maybe this is an old version, but in the newer versions of this map for tournaments, they did remove the islands. And I'm not quite sure of the reasoning, but players just said they were kind of useless. Nobody really used them or anything. Probably because there was that creep there, and it was just kind of like it just didn't fit in the game very well. So both players opening up with one gate, one gas. Pretty much both on time right there. 13-15, I believe, for both players. So nothing too out of the ordinary. The only thing is, once again, we do see spinnercat has saved up a little bit more energy. As you can see, xHassassin spending his energy very well, chrono boosting out those probes. And we'll see if spinnercat's going to be chronoing out a zealot or anything like that. And is a cybernetic score going down, looks like, just a little bit later. So spinnercat just a little bit off right here, it looks like. On his timings, going to be taking a little bit. Sorry, I was chewing an almond, so that's why I'm kind of like chewing in between. So a second gas as well is being taken right here. For spinnercat, and xHassassin's going to get right in, scout everything that's going on. As you can see, he sees the double gas, he sees the cybernetic core a little bit late, and claims ballsy. I'm not quite sure what he's referring to. It's possible he's referring to the probe attack in the pylon, trying to take it out all by himself. Or no wall versus random. Oh, very, very, very true. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, spinnercat not dropping a wall versus random. I was thinking this is just PvP straight up. No, xHassassin did random, and he throws down the second gas, but he's yet to put anybody on it. There we go. He finally gets a couple probes over there. So both players opening up with a very similar build. It looks like xHassassin's just a tiny bit ahead because he has been chrono boosting out those probes a little bit faster. And Stalker from both players, I believe, coming out. The first Stalker is out for xHassassin, and he's going to be following it up with a 3-gate blink. And once again, we'll see if he's going to be going all in with this and dropping a proxy pylon. It looks like he's already dropping that right up there. Or if he's going to be expanding behind this and just using it for a little bit of pressure. So meantime, we have 1-gate robo and then a 2nd gate coming down. So 2-gate robo right here for xHassassin. And I actually like this build. This is going to counter a Blink Stalker build very nicely because he'll be able to pump out those Immortals so quickly, and that's just going to make it extremely difficult for xHassassin to really do too much. If he can get 2 Immortals out, it's basically going to kill all of the pressure. So it also looks like he's going to be going for an expand pretty soon. So a 2-gate robo, and there's a 3rd gate. So 3-gate robo expand in sort of a strange order right there. And he's definitely going to need an Immortal out fairly soon. He's going to be chronoing out this Observer here just to charge it across and see what's up. And will it be in time? Because we are going to have Warp Gate finishing fairly soon right here for xHassassin. So he's going to be warping in 3 more stocks to join up with his army. Yes, this one right here. And did he lose the other one? No, where's the second one? There's the second one, so it's at the Watchtower. So he's going to have both of these, and this Observer is going to run right past and just completely miss them. So just unlucky right there for spinnercat, as now there's going to be 5 Stalkers versus 2 Stalkers, Sentry, Zealot. and a second Zealot right here, and he's Crone boosting out this Immortal, though. This is going to be key to holding this off. As you can see, Assassin now starting to move in. He's going to be able to pick off this pylon, which will further supply block spinnercat. As you can see, he's already supply blocked right there. So that pylon right there does no help for him, and this extra pylon he's going to have to wait on. So that was huge right there for xHassassin, able to pick that off, though he's not going to be doing anything additionally with that. So very strange choice right there. He's actually going to be backing off with those Stalkers. I'm not even sure he saw the Immortal, and so I'm not quite sure he knows everything that's going on, but he's going to get a Robux facility of his own and possibly try and crank out some Immortals with this attack as well. And so it looks like now we're going to see xHassassin starting to move forward. He's going to be blinking back a little bit. The Immortal doing some good damage right there. Blink able to completely avoid losing. I believe he only lost one stock right there, but there was a lot of hull damage taken. And spinnercat now, once he gets the second Immortal out, he should be completely fine to basically tech up. He can tech to Colossus at this point if he wanted. He is in a great position, and we're going to see what now xHassassin's going to do. He does have out. No, he doesn't have out Observer. Does he? Yes, he does. Where's the Observer? Was that it? Oh, no, here it is. So he does have out an Observer. That's going to allow him to scout the high ground, try and blink in anywhere. As you can see, there is a decent amount of position to can blink in. I believe you can actually blink in right back there from the looks of it. So you can blink in at a lot of points on this map, but spinnercat has a good eye of where his opponent is. He's just kind of moving around. 3 Immortals out now. That is really going to shut down any of this Stalker ass whatsoever. So we're going to see xHassassin trying to push up right here, but with those Immortals, I hope for xHassassin's sake that he does not blink up into the main right there, as that would just be detrimental. He already loses one Stalker for free right there and almost loses his Observer. So it could have been deadly right there. And spinnercat definitely in a better position. I'd like to actually see him take and expand right here, as his opponent does not really have too much that he can do. He has some blink Stalkers, but that doesn't do anything against the 3 Immortals. We're going to have an engagement right here, kind of in a strange position, I want to say, for both players. A Guardian Shield is popped a little bit late, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about that engagement for either player. xHassassin fighting against the 3 Immortals, but then spinnercat was kind of clumped up. All of his units weren't really hitting, and 4 Immortals now. This is just getting ridiculous at this point. At this point, he could almost split his army and take half of it to go attack while the other half stays home, and we are seeing an expansion now coming down for xHassassin, and like I said, I would like to see spinnercat taking an expansion as well, unless we're going to see just straight up all in 5 Immortals right now for spinnercat. So once again, he could leave a couple of these at home with a couple Zealots and Stalkers and then be fine. It looks like xHassassin's going to be making this blink into the back, so it looks like it is possible as we see spinnercat pushing out, but he's going to have to fall back immediately and is not going to be able to really do too much damage to these Stalkers right here, as they are able to just get in. Unfortunately, they don't blink away all of them, and he actually does lose 4. So miss micro right there by xHassassin, and he's actually going to lose 4 Stalkers for free, and I'm not so sure. I like that. And apparently xHassassin's not a big fan of the ramp on this map, and once again trying to fight versus 6 Immortals now is just silly. I would just do this right now if I was spinnercat, leave this at home and then take the other half and push with it, as that army right there is never going to be able to kill 3 Immortals with a few Stalkers and Zealot support. So we'll see what spinnercat's really going to go for. It looks like he's just going to push with everything. And will we see xHassassin go for some sort of base trade scenario? I feel like that's his best bet right now. Looks like the players are going to get caught in the middle here in an engagement, and xHassassin just going to smartly back away from that. Spinnercat now going to be advancing forward, and xHassassin's trying to find a way around to go for a base race scenario, as this force right here is just way too much for him to stop at all. He does have a couple of Immortals, a couple Zealots right there at home, but that's not going to be near enough. And so we are going to see this Immortal now being croned out, with the Stalkers now going to be pushing into the base, and they should be able to do some decent damage actually. Blink forward, nice blink right there, and are we going to see a base race? Yes, we are completely. So he does have the second base. That's going to be falling very quickly, and now we're just going to see him focus down this Robux facility as he should, and the Immortal's not going to pop, not going to get canceled either, it looks like. So spinnercat going to be losing all of that, and right now his best bet is to just pull the probes away and make a nexus over here with his other units, as he is in such a great position thus far, and he just needs to engage these Immortals smartly right here. He does have the Zealots going in, charging away, doing a lot of damage right there, about to kill off some of those Immortals, but he needs to bring his Immortals over as well to start finishing them off before they regen those shields, and it looks like the probes are being pulled, so it's strictly Immortals left right here, just about, for spinnercat. In fact, I think it is, and he really needs to be careful. He needs to be able to start picking away at these before they do get their shields back. As you know, hardened shield does reduce all damage right here, so immortal versus immortal battles can be funny, but once they lose that much health, it's just going to be extremely difficult for him. So now the Stalkers are continuing to fight right here for Assassin. All of a sudden, I want to say spinnercat has put himself in a terrible position. He just has these 3 immortals left, so it's 3 immortals versus 4 with reinforcements. Stalkers, Zealots right back here. And now he's trying to send some Zealots back home to defend, trying to send some Immortals back home. He does have a Nexus being rebuilt over here, but I definitely think Assassin has put himself in a very dangerous position. Though, do we have probes? Yes, we do. We have a probe on gas right here for Assassin. So very interesting scenario right there. If he could have lost that probe, that would have been deadly. And there's actually a couple more probes right there. So he does have 3 probes. 4 probes, actually. I'm not sure where the 4th one is. Right there, maybe? No, I'm not quite sure where it is. So just 3 probes at the main and a 4th one somewhere around. There we go. It is at the watchtower right there. So it looks like these Stalkers will be retreating home, and they have a lot back home to go join up with. So once they do get all of that, we will see Spinner in a great position. But oh no, Spinner's probes were just seen right there, and it looks like he did see it because he is starting to send some units. As you saw, the purple click right there for the move. So something's going to be moving over, and xHassassin trying to comprehend the sense of the game right here, but it looks like he's still going to be able to win this. As you can see, spinnercat's army is just not very mighty at all. We do see some warpins right here though, and probes just mining away. So if xHassassin doesn't make a move out, it's possible spinnercat could have something, but it looks like spinnercat just going to move in and GG out of the game, so he's not even going to wait. And this series is going to be evened up 1-1, xHassassin versus spinnercat, and game 3 is going to be imminent.